Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, disc jockey shot dead at Manchester bar. A disc jockey was shot dead and a woman wounded at a bar in Royal Flat, Manchester on Sunday night. Police named the deceased as Davian Anderson, 31, otherwise called the Depot, a resident of Royal Flat. A police report said about 7:54 p.m., Anderson was among patrons at a bar when they were attacked by unknown assailants who opened a fire on Anderson and a 36-year-old woman. The injured people were taken to hospital, where Anderson was pronounced dead and the woman admitted. Man shot dead in drive-by attack, relative charged. The Kingston Eastern Police have arrested and charged Donovan Griffiths, otherwise called Andrew, of Bayshore Park, Harbourview, Kingston 17, with a murder and a conspiracy to murder following the shooting death of his relative on Monday, April 29. Dead is Dennis Griffiths of Bayshore Park, Harbourview, Kingston 17. Reports are that about 7:50 a.m., Griffiths was at his stall when he was pounced upon by armed men in a motor car who shot him several times. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Griffiths was seen lying in the roadway with a gunshot wound to his upper body. He was assisted to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations led to the arrest of Donovan Griffiths, who was subsequently charged after a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. Jamaican man shot dead in St Lucia. Just over 2 weeks ago, a man was shot dead in St Lucia, but the authorities in the Eastern Caribbean country could not identify him. The Royal St Lucia Police Force has since managed to officially identify the gunshot victim, and he is a Jamaican. According to the RSLPF, he is 61-year-old Jamaican national Michael Wynne Johnson Steele. The police in St Lucia said they began their probe on April 18 after Johnson Steele was discovered with apparent wounds to the head at a fox orchard in the country's capital of Castries. Initially, the investigators were unable to identify the Jamaican. However, as the inquiry advanced, he was officially identified. The post-mortem examination of the 61-year-old's body determined that his cause of death was gunshot wounds to the head. While thanking the public for its support, the Royal St Lucia Police Force would appeal to anyone with information regarding the murder to contact the Criminal Investigations Department or the Major Crimes Unit. Pedal cyclist reportedly flung to his death in Clarendon collision. The Clarendon police are seeking the public's assistance to identify a pedal cyclist who reportedly died as a result of injuries he sustained from a motor vehicle accident on Sunday. According to reports from the police, around 6:45 p.m., a black Honda step wagon and a pedal cyclist were traveling eastward along the Bustamante Highway near Savannah Crossing. Upon reaching the vicinity of the overhead bridge, it is reported that the Honda made a contact with the rear wheel of the pedal cycle, hurling the cyclist into the air and into a concrete channel. The unidentified man was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. Investigations are ongoing. PNP demands answers after illegal entry of 218 Indians on charter flight. Concerns are being raised about the strength of Jamaica's border security after an apparent smuggling operation was uncovered involving Indian nationals passing through the country. Shadow Foreign and Regional Affairs Minister Dr. Angela Brown-Burke raised the alarm after immigration authorities denied entry to 218 Indian nationals who arrived on a charter flight to Jamaica on Friday. The news sources say the aircraft, a white and blue Airbus A340, which is registered in Germany, remains at the Kingston Norman Manley International Airport. In light of this development, Dr. Brown-Burke is demanding immediate clarity from the government on the matter.
This shows just how vulnerable we are if the one border over which we have control becomes as porous as others, then we will be in serious trouble. We want to know the origin, destination, and apparent purpose of the flight. The identity of the individuals or organizations responsible for chartering the flight. Why the flight was allowed to land in Jamaica without proper clearance. Why standard immigration and customs procedures were not followed. Where are the 218 persons who were on board? What is to be done about their continued presence in Jamaica and what measures are being taken by the JCF to ensure the safety and security of the Jamaican public. Many of us remember what happened in COVID-19, where Jamaicans were held at sea and prevented from coming into Jamaica. We have seen recently with Haitians who were hastily returned to a war-torn Haiti. But here we have 218 persons coming into Jamaica without the proper protocols being followed. We see a difference in treatment of the 3 different cases. Secondly, last year, I think it was, France had a similar situation with a flight, just as in this one, and those individuals remained on the tarmac for 4 days. We want to know why it is in this case Jamaica did not follow those protocols.
Single vehicle crash causes traffic pileup on Portmore Toll. There was a major traffic pileup on the Portmore Toll Road in Kingston as a result of a single vehicle accident on Monday morning. 2 people were taken to hospital as a result of the crash. It is reported that the driver of a Honda Integra crashed into the median of the busy roadway. The 3-lane thoroughfare was reduced to 2, causing delays as the scene was processed. It is unclear at this time what caused the vehicle to crash. Stolen vehicle report leads the cops to illegal gun and ammo. A firearm and several rounds of ammunition were seized by police officers along Constant Spring Road in St Andrew on Saturday, May 4. Reports from the Constant Spring Police indicate that about 8 p.m., a team responded to information about a stolen vehicle being operated in the vicinity. The motor vehicle was seen and intercepted. The suspects and the vehicle were searched, and a .38 revolver and the 6.38 rounds of ammunition were found between the front seats of the car. 3 persons were taken into custody, but their identities are being withheld, pending further investigations by the police. Fire at the Lawrence Tavern Primary School. There was a fire at the Lawrence Tavern Primary School in St Andrew on Monday afternoon. Preliminary information is that the fire was confined to the kitchen. The news was informed that the blaze was extinguished before the arrival of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. St James, a shopkeeper, found dead in apparent suicide on school compound. The news has been informed that the police are probing a suspected case of suicide after the body of a businessman was found with a bullet wound on the compound of Katherine Hall Primary School in West Green, Montego Bay on Sunday. The dead man has been identified as Andre Nicholson, a 35-year-old shopkeeper of Katherine Hall. Investigators reported that around 10 p.m. Saturday, Mr. Nicholson was seen on the school compound by the security guard on duty. About 3 p.m. Sunday, the guard returned to work and was conducting routine checks on the grounds when he discovered Mr. Nicholson's body in a bathroom. The body had a bullet wound to the head. A Glock 19 pistol loaded with 14 rounds of ammunition was also found beside the body. The police were summoned to the scene. According to the police, they received the information that Mr. Nicholson was experiencing financial difficulties. The police say checks made on the Firearm Licensing Authority's database revealed that Mr. Nicholson was not a licensed firearm holder. There was also no record of the Glock 19 pistol on the database. Manchester developers get amnesty to regularize building breaches. Developers in Manchester who are in breach of the Building Act regulations have until August 30 to regularize their activities. The Manchester Municipal Corporation has launched a special amnesty program to encourage a voluntary compliance for all building operations. In a public notice in the Sunday Gleaner on May 5, the Municipal Corporation said the program will allow for speedy approval and a 50% discount of breach fees with the exception of commercial developments. In a subsequent interview with the news, Donovan Mitchell, chairman of the Manchester Municipal Corporation, stressed that the drive, which is aimed at having orderly development across the parish, is not a money-making venture.
You will notice that the amnesty says that commercial buildings are not in it. We are not giving any discount or whatever to commercial building. If a man can build commercial building for shops and things, it therefore means he has the wherewithal to sending the planner to do the right thing. The little man on the street or the little man who has a little 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom, those are the people we're trying to regularize and to make sure that everything is done. We're not killing the people. As we said, it's not money. It's about proper planning within the parish of Manchester. In my moving around in the entire parish on the south side, you see a lot of houses and all of that. And one of the problems we have is that why we have such proliferation, especially on the south in some areas, is that persons are doing what we call build to catch. So these houses are not being built with any steel in them and any right thing in them. And so when Jamaica goes in, if they are going to be buying a property somewhere, there's a house there, but it's not built accordingly.